Coming up on News Watching, Jimmy Butler's divorce from the Miami Heat.
Plus, the Eagles and the Chiefs face off for this year's Super Bowl.
And also, where do Jason Kelce's allegiances lie?
All that and more on News Watching tonight.
The Miami Heat have suspended star forward Jimmy Butler indefinitely after Butler walked out of practice. Butler was told he wouldn't be starting in their next game before he walked out of shoot-arounds. This suspension is just the latest in a messy divorce. Butler and the Miami Heat have suspended Butler by many times. He missed 9 of the last 12 games. Butler's first suspension occurred on January 3rd for 7 games for quote-unquote multiple instances detrimental to the team. He was also suspended for 2 games on January 23rd after missing a team flight. No doubt the situation is messy, but it will hopefully come to a conclusion at the NBA trade deadline on February 6th.
The Philadelphia Eagles are set to face off against the Kansas City Chiefs for the second time in 3 years. Venues across the city were packed as fans watched the Birds fly to victory against the Washington Commanders. Saquon Barkley set the tone early, soaring 60 yards into the end zone on the Eagles' first play. The Eagles beat the Commanders 55-23, the most points ever in an NFC Championship game. The Super Bowl is set for Sunday, February 9th in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Jason Kelce revealed what team he will be supporting in this year's Super Bowl. Kelce, who is the longtime center for the Philadelphia Eagles, found himself in quite the dilemma. Kelce spent 13 years playing for the Eagles and would be a lock for cheering on the Birds if his brother wasn't playing for the other team. Kelce stated on the New Heights podcast that he will always be rooting for his brother, but didn't shy away from talking about how he considers some of his old teammates family and wouldn't mind seeing them win. Jason said no matter who wins, he would feel happy for one and feel sad for the other, stating he just wants to see a good game, whoever wins. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is in favor of shortening NBA games down to 40 minutes. Changing the runtime of games would be groundbreaking. Games have been 48 minutes throughout the entirety of the league's 78 years of existence. While an interesting proposer, Silver is aware of the fact that many may not agree with him. The Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau was asked about the idea, where he said that he is more of a traditional guy, so he would have to see, and that also talking about how shortening the games would make it harder for players to break records. All of this comes amidst the NBA looking into rule changes to continue to keep fans engaged in a sport where viewership seems to be declining.
This year's Grammy Awards will look a little different following the LA wildfires. Since the disaster earlier this month, the focus has shifted to helping wildfire victims. Ultimately, the Recording Academy has scaled back its pre-Grammy week to just 4 events. While the main award show at the Crypto.com Arena will still feature performances and award acceptances, the focus will be on raising awareness and driving funds for resources for those affected by the fires. The Grammys will air this Sunday on CBS and Paramount+. Country music star Randy Travis is back in the saddle, releasing new music with the help of AI software. Travis, 65, suffered a near-fatal stroke in 2013, leaving lasting damage to the part of the brain controlling speech and language. Alongside his original band, Travis used AI software to recreate his vocals. This is his second AI recording, following last year's Where That Came From. Horses in Heaven is available everywhere tomorrow.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 1 win away from doing the unthinkable. After winning back-to-back Super Bowls the last 2 years, the Chiefs are in position to three-peat. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Bills on Sunday 32-29. Mahomes completed 18 of 26 passes and passed for 245 yards with a touchdown. But it wasn't his passing game that stole the show. Mahomes got it done on the ground, rushing for 43 yards on 11 attempts, but taking 2 of those rushes to the end zone for touchdowns. However, the game wasn't without controversy. Many fans were upset with some of the calls made during the game, which just added to the frustrations felt throughout the season of fans thinking that the Chiefs get favorable calls. Only time will tell whether this trend continues into the Super Bowl when the Chiefs take on the Eagles on February 9th.
Philadelphia Mayor Cherelle Parker has been getting a lot of attention recently over her unique Eagles chant. At a pep rally, the mayor recently recited the team's chant as ELGSES. Parker, however, isn't afraid to poke some fun at herself, saying at a recent press conference, "We don't promise perfection. I'm so happy I never have, especially after I couldn't spell Eagles." Ultimately, the mayor was able to successfully complete the chant at a recent event with a little help from the crowd. So yeah, let's just hope that she can spell Super Bowl if the Eagles do, and hopefully they will, win the big game.
I don't know, Sam. Mahomes is going for his third.
I mean, that's a big if. Hopefully, the Eagles can win and come out from under there. So coming up on News Watching, the latest on De'Aaron Fox trade request.
A look at this year's Oscar show.
Plus, we'll be talking to Pete Johans about how the TikTok ban could potentially impact his livelihood.